Raider Nation, what is the deal, man? Once again, it's your guy Panama Fargo back to y'all live with another episode of the Raider Rundown. And today, man, real quick video, we're going to be going over what the Raiders must look forward to in the game versus the Denver Broncos on Sunday. A couple of remarks from Sean Payton that I want to go over right and talk about. So without further ado, let's get this theme music rocking and let's get into it.
As a young guy, I had a dream that someday I would build the finest organization in professional sports.
Is going on. Make sure you guys are tapping on that like and subscribe button. And if you can, please hit on the little notification bell so you get updated whenever I drop episodes like this one right here. Like I was saying, man, today we have to go over real quick video what the Raiders must look for once the game comes with the Denver Broncos. Couple of remarks from Sean Payton, really one remark from Sean Payton we're going to go over. So make sure you guys have your notifications on because throughout the week, I'm going to be dropping videos, the keys that the Raiders need to use during the game versus the Broncos. So make sure you guys are tuning in for those. And on Saturday, we'll put it all into perspective, right? But we're going to go over one specific quote from Sean Payton today that caught my eye. And it's about Josh Jacobs. Now, keep this in mind. How will you game plan for Raiders Josh Jacobs? A reporter asked. He replies with, "We wouldn't tailor our plan. Our plan defensively is, here are the key players. He certainly is one of the more dominant running backs in the NFL. So that's how we'll approach the game." Now, to me, there are one of two ways you could be looking at this quote, right? And you know, from either way it goes, work gonna have to be put in, right? You know, taxes due. You feel what I'm saying? Rent is due, and we coming for collections in Denver regardless. So, but at the end of the day, how he's looking and approaching the game is going to be very, very fascinating and what we really have to look for. So based on this quote here, you can take one of two ways. One, he's coach speak, you know, he's not going to just sit outright and say, this is our game plan. But at the end of the day, coach speak, and they know, right, that Josh Jacobs is the most dominant back in the league when he's on. And they, regardless of what he's saying right there, the end of that sentence lets me know, like, okay, we already know what the deal is with that. All right, so we're going to load the box like I think they're going to do, right? They're trying to throw the Raiders off the scent. And once the game time comes, we see the respect that he has for Josh Jacobs, and he throws 8 in the box, right? And he looks at Jimmy Garoppolo, and he says, you're going to have to beat us. You and the receivers are going to have to beat us today. And we'll see what Jimmy can do. And this is what I anticipate happening. If it's smart money, for me, I'm saying that Denver is going to load up the box, and their number one priority is to stop Josh Jacobs. We all know as Raider fans, and even if you're a bitch-ass Denver Bronco fan in here, you know, as well as we know, that Josh Jacobs just destroys y'all, all right? That's just what it is. He kills y'all. And it's okay to admit it, right? But at the end of the day, that, for my smart money, I would say that's who you should load up to stop. That's what the deal should be. Now, the second way we can take this is a little arrogance, right? It's a little arrogance. Maybe Denver is saying, well, fuck y'all. We're just going to do what we do, right? And it doesn't matter what y'all do on offense. We're going to key on certain players. We're not going to key to stop your run game, which they should be doing. But at the end of the day, we're not going to key to stop your run game because we believe our defense is that good. We believe our defense is that well where we don't have to key on nobody and we can just play how we play. And if that's the case, I would fucking love it. I would love if they came out here with that type of arrogance. Because, you know, you want to know why? Because, like I said, rent's due and collection must be made. You feel what I'm saying? And on the 10th, somebody's getting taxed. That ass is getting taxed up there. And if that's what you truly believe, even as a Denver fan, that your defense is that well and that good enough where you don't have to key on our run game and shit, and you're just going to play the certain defense you want to play, well, fine, do that. Because the run game is going to eat you up. And then once you figure it out, it's too late because now our play action is going to start eating you up. Now, that's how I'm hoping. But, right, smart football minds, smart money would say that they're going to gear up and try to load the box. Now, we heard all that coach jibber jabber. He was talking and shit right there, right? But at the end, he exposed it and saying he's one of the more dominant backs in the NFL. and that's how we'll approach the game. Kind of expose the fact what he's saying right there. So, like I'm saying, 8 in the box is to be expected, right? It's to be expected, and they're going to tell Jimmy he's going to have to beat them. So, how is Jimmy going to respond? Now, I'm confident in skill. I'm very confident in the skill players, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, we have the best receiver in the league, you know, and they have Pat Surtain, but at the end of the day, we're going to see if your boy is ready. We're going to see if your boy is ready. And he's probably coming with a vengeance, but that's okay. I want that. I want him to come out there feeling himself, getting embarrassed a little bit last year. And if you're a Denver fan in here, stop fucking lying to yourself. You know Pat Surtain got embarrassed last year. Pretty much got called out his name. So what is he gonna do? Right? I just want to see. Because I know our boy 17 ain't gonna bitch up. He ain't gonna fold. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, how is he gonna respond? We'll see that. Okay, but now we go from that nice battle right there. Number 2 corner. Your number 2 corner gonna have to fuck with Jacoby Myers all 4 quarters. This is just gonna have to happen, right? And God forbid your slot corner just stays one-on-one all game because he gonna have to fuck with Hunter Renfrow all game, right? Do I expect Michael Mayer to give me 100 yards? No, but I expect him to be a factor. I expect him to be a factor in the game, even in the receiving game. We haven't seen much of Austin Hooper, but I expect him to be a factor as well. Now, it all relies on how consistent Jimmy can be. What can Jimmy provide for us week 1? Now, if he is that nice, steady presence as he was when he played against the LA Rams in the preseason, hey, I ain't got no complaints. You feel what I'm saying? All I need him to do is take care of the football. And that's a little tidbit, little Easter egg for what I will be talking about in my videos to come next week. So make sure you guys have your notifications on because you're not going to want to miss some of the keys that I have for the Raiders to win this goddamn football game on Sunday. But, right, going to have to take care of the ball. He needs to take care of the ball, and that's what the Raiders need to look for from the jump. How are they going to play this from the jump? Because, you know, everybody's game plan changes come second half and all that shit. If you're a good team, you make second half adjustments, shit like that. But off the jump, if you want to make a statement early, we're going to have to get that run game started. And it's going to have to get started in a major way. You know what I mean? Josh Jacobs is going to have to announce his presence. The O-line is going to have to announce their presence. It's just what has to happen. This game in particular, you feel what I'm saying? This game in particular, it's the trenches. It's the trenches and how Jimmy G plays. That's what it is for me. If our trenches don't play well on either side of the ball, if both lines don't play well, it's going to be a tough ask to win this motherfucking game. This is going to be physical. They coming out here with a vengeance. They coming out here to prove some shit. And we didn't embarrass their ass at least 6 straight times now. So it's a well-known fact they have not beat us since we've gotten to Las Vegas. So it's going to get physical. It's going to get chippy. And it's the first time people is hitting. So that's my first key. You want to know the real first key and what the Raiders got to look for? One, we got to look for how they are loading the box and how they're going to play the run game. How are they going to play the Raiders, right? Which I anticipate an 8-man front, you know, really loading up that box to stop the run game. And number 2, how is our offensive line and defensive line plays going to be? All right, how good are we going to be in the trenches? Because that's what's needed to win this goddamn football game. To win this football game, both lines have to play well. Both lines. And if we don't get good push from the offensive line in the run game, then it's going to be a long day. We need great push, great interior push. And for the defensive line, you already know what time it is. I've discussed it just a little bit, but you know what time it is. We have to get after that ass. Russell Wilson cannot be comfortable all game. We need to make that chubby motherfucker run. That's what needs to happen. You feel what I'm saying? Now, excuse me, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but at the end of the day, we got to make that motherfucker run. That's what it has to be. You feel what I'm saying? He has to be uncomfortable all game because first of all, they're running in here banged up already in the skill positions. They're running in here banged up. Your boy, although I like the running back that they have, he's coming off an ACL injury. We don't know what he's going to look like. He might not fully trust himself. Now, you know, he's worked himself back, but at the end of the day, we all know how it is once you come off a major knee injury. It takes you a little minute to get back into that playing shape. So let's see what goes on with that right there. But from those remarks, right, and from everything that I am seeing from everything that I am seeing from Coach Payton, and you can take it one of two ways. Like I said, if they're hiding the coach speak, but at the end of the day, you can only mask shit with the coach talk for so long. Because at the end of the day, that end of the sentence told me all I need to know. Or number two, they're really coming out here arrogant, and they're really telling themselves, fuck y'all. We're just gonna do what we do. We're that good. So I hope that's the case. I really do. So once again, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel, man. Love every single one of y'all that come back all the time, have conversations with me down in the comment box. So if y'all have something that y'all don't agree with what I said, or you do agree with what I said, please, let's have a comment. Let's have a conversation down below in the comment section, man. I would love to holler with y'all, talk with more of y'all, man. So once again, make sure you like it, subscribe it, share out the content, hit the little notification bell, okay? And remember, in my description, I am a T-Move ambassador. Make sure you guys are hitting the link in my description for a chance at a $100 gift card and 50 to 75% off in select items in the store. Remember, like all them buttons, and I keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground on the Raider Rundown.
I need a bad bitch with an accent, serving in peace, still taxing. Just got tapped for the young cash app, moonwalking like a young Mike Jackson. Yeah, shots to the head, ride clean and still fuck feds. Realest nigga and it's on my kids, so who the fuck gon' wanna test me, bitch?